The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
We go tonight. Hey, 76. 76! 76!
To Montgomery to begin the drive. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
20-yard line.
Super one.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fighting him off. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, first and 10.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Duggan now to throw. And it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to...
Williams loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Goff on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your two current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
There's Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, Shell.
Going up the gut, Montgomery.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Lions at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Throwing on third. Gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
On the return, Andy Isabella. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
After one, 7-3 the score. On the second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Duggan will look to throw this. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to roll out of that one, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Duggan to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
To throw is Duggan.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll fake the give. Now gone.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Goff
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Returnable here from the 38. Quick move by Miller. 21 yards. Well done on the return. Now the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Well, after he punted that ball, he's probably frustrated that they had a sizable return against his punt, but he made amends by stepping up to make the tackle.
Yeah, he made amends and probably covered a few of his teammates who didn't handle it very well, because once the return breaks like that, you're thinking touchdown. And he prevented it with a nice play.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And that's complete to Adams. And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Line of scrimmage, the 9, second and about a yard. The handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Duggan looking to throw. Here's back-to-back catches for Devontae Adams. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Jacobs is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Throwing, Duggan.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now gone.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Goff. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Throwing on second and long. Goff. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Third and long. It's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They bring the pressure and, a very short kick. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a Pole spheroid, which means it's going to bounce.
There he goes, left side.
Now look out. To the 20.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Duggan.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack.
Duggan.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
They need 18 yards here on third down.
Back to throw. Dugan.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Dugan. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Dugan. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Ric Flair.
On first down, Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 7.
Montgomery on the counter. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Play action. It's Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And that's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2nd and 10. Goff again.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. pushes him over. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Once again, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
In motion, it's Miller. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
11 on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
Off the play fake. Dugan escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
187 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game.
That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. They'll roll him out right.
That's complete to Laporta.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We're good. We're good.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. That is caught.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Goff now looks to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
14.
Goff now to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. Elijah Moore from 8 yards out. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. So a turnover. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Now a 2nd and 10. Doug going to look to throw this. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First down, Raiders.
Duggan now to throw. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams from 21 yards away. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Next to score, Raiders 34, Lions 9.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first and 10, Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
44 yards.
And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Lions 16.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Isabella now from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Duggan to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So it's a win here for the Raiders, and it was thanks in part to the play of their 3rd-year quarterback.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So for the Raiders, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.